If you grew up in the mid-90s and you liked sports, chances are you remember the Shop at Home network. This was a small-scale television shopping network with some pretty loud, boisterous guys screaming at you every day that you needed to purchase these amazing sports cards.
Oh, two Michael Jordan college rookies.
Back-to-back in there, too.
Two Michael Jordan college rookies. These are just cards where, got it.
And I was a sports fan, and I liked collecting cards, and I just remember saying, you know, I really wish that I could buy some of this stuff. But my parents would have none of it, and wisely so, because obviously shortly after the late 90s boom, the sports card market crashed and all of this stuff was worthless.
You can swim in them! Look at this! That's how, Street, look at this! We got cards all over the place!
But when I discovered eBay over the years, I said, well, you know, let me purchase one of these boxes, let me purchase one of these sets. And so I've actually collected some of the things they used to hawk on that network. And I thought it would be fun to finally do a box break, open some of these boxes, and also look at some stuff. Some of these are open, but I really haven't looked at them in 10 years. And really go through what they were selling to us back then. Now, Shop at Home was famous for their Jordan deals, and they'd sell you some Michael Jordan item for $100 or $200, and they'd claim it would be worth thousands of dollars.
There's more Michael Jordan product for the money right there than anything you have ever seen.
And this is from a lunchbox that they used to sell.
These lunch boxes are $69, $79. We got probably $200 to $300 going out.
So this, I don't know what this is called. This is the Jordan tribute set. I purchased this for maybe, man, I don't even know, less than $20, probably about a decade ago. And, you know, it's an attractive set. So looking at it here, all of the highlights from Jordan's career. Now, this set was featured in a lot of their Jordan deals. It is the Michael Jordan collection.
We're going to give you a complete Michael Jordan set. Most of them are the Jordan collections. Those are $125.
Again, got this 10, 12 years ago, probably paid under $20 for it. I am not really sure what it is. I think these are like jumbo cards. So let's take a look. Oh, I just put these in here. Oh, these are the Decade of Dominance. This is another Jordan Upper Deck set that they sold.
You're guaranteed the Decade of Dominance set.
I think it was part of like a Jordan book or something, Rare Air or something like that. But I guess I got these around the same time, which is why these are in there. Didn't check the prices on this, but again, this was all from about a decade ago. And I recall getting all of this very, very cheap. So these are some of the large Upper Deck cards that they did around this time. So these are moments from Jordan's career. These are actually pretty nice. 7 scoring titles. There was one in here that I really remember well. Kind of a bittersweet memory for me. See where that is. Ah, yes. You know, one of my first events as a kid that I followed was the Jordan Bulls versus Magic's Lakers 1991 NBA Finals. And, of course, I was rooting for the Lakers. Magic Johnson was my favorite player. But this particular card just kind of reminds me of that time. Now, in keeping with large Jordan cards, I did pick this up recently. This is the Michael Jordan Mr. June. As it occurred to me, this is one of the only items from those big Jordan deals that I didn't have. Now, I probably overpaid for this. This was $30, but I just bought it to make this video and kind of say that, okay, all those things that they sold, I was able to add.
We've got the limited edition set, Michael Jordan Mr. June. We have been out of the Mr. June sets for over a year.
And This was a 10-card set. It was limited to 10,000, I believe.
Oh yeah, they were limited to 10,000 sets.
So we can see here, same kind of deal. Honestly think the other ones were more attractive. And lastly, for the Michael Jordan stuff, well, I shouldn't say lastly, I have one more Michael Jordan item, but this was something that they also included, the Michael Jordan Experience. And again, I seem to have put some cards. Oh, yeah. So I found these. This is the Michael Jordan He's Back set, which they also liked.
Here's another set we've been completely out of, and there are no more to get that I know of. The He's Back!
And this is really worthless now. This has been going for about 10 bucks. Again, big photo cards. This was a CD of some sort. I never actually listened to it. We'll take a look at these Jordan cards. Yeah, again, you know, I would say these probably are nothing special from a collector's standpoint, but they're attractive. I mean, they are an attractive set. I think that really captures, you know, that era of basketball. So, you know, I'm not a huge Michael Jordan fan. I mean, I appreciate him and I appreciate the era. So those guys used to do a lot of hologram cards. Hologram cards were a big thing in the 90s.
We have the complete hologram set. We have the complete hologram 9192 hologram set. Now we're at another 50. That's $410. Then we've got the Decade of Dominance, which is about $50. That's $460. Then the uncut sheet. We'll say 400 plus to be on the safe side, but it's really closer to 500.
So we'll see what we have. We have 2 checklists. And we've got a Dominique Wilkins. So I guess these are all the 90s stars. Reggie Lewis, Larry Johnson. So we have a Michael Jordan, which is nice. And I'll kind of, after I'm done with the video, we'll sort of see if any of these cards are worth anything. So actually, this player has some sentimental value to me. Derek Coleman, we had Nets season tickets, and I remember his rookie season, and everyone was so pumped that really he would take the Nets to glory. It didn't happen. Patrick Ewing, one of my favorite players. Scott Skiles, the all-star of the Orlando Magic before Shaq got there. We've got a Barkley. So I think these cards are probably worthless. Got a Sean Kemp, Karl Malone. This is the Shaq. I want to say that I've seen these, you know, going for more than a dollar on eBay. You know, that there was some value to the Shaq card. All right, now we are going to start ripping. This is the Michael Jordan North Carolina wax box. And boy, did they sell these hard.
Kenny, and you're giving them the North Carolina wax box?
Yes! They're getting the North Carolina wax box guaranteed, folks. Time is clicking down.
So I found this one on eBay recently, about 20 bucks, and we will see what is in here. Because it's 20 bucks, I will assume that there is nothing of value, and we'll see who else is in here. So, what do we have here? I guess these are people. Mac Brown is the coach, Sam Perkins. Very, very thin cards, not super high quality at all. So the question is, do we find a Jordan?
And then the North Carolina wax boxes, which inside per box you will average about 10 to 15 more college Jordan rookies.
We got a James Worthy. I would say that's worth pulling out. I got a Lawrence Taylor and a Michael Jordan. The question is, are these Jordan cards worth anything? Is the Lawrence Taylor card worth anything? I guess the only thing, too, that you have to kind of realize is that these are not really cards from when these people played. This is, I think, from the early 90s. I gotta say, this is one of the most boring breaks I have ever done. Ramses.
I can't even believe we can even do this wax box for $99, let alone one of the gold cards.
Good Lord. Almost done. Very bored.
This is the most phenomenal Michael Jordan package under $100 ever run in Shuffle Mystery, and I'd almost go as far as to say under $500.
So these are the cards that, you know, excited me in this set. And I think what this set was basically, you know, North Carolina saying, hey, Jordan's hot, let's come out with a box where we could feature him and make some money. But, you know, we forget that Lawrence Taylor was a great player for North Carolina. So I picked up some of his cards. James Worthy, as a Lakers fan in the 80s, I liked Worthy. And here's some of the Michael Jordans. So you got some Jordan cards. And that was really the only part of this deal that you wanted, was Michael Jordan. But as a fan of Lawrence Taylor, I got some of his stuff too. So this obviously is not a box, but I just had to show this because I did purchase this card. This is the Tiger Woods Grand Slam Ventures rookie card. And this was a card that those guys would hawk incessantly at all different price points. But I seem to remember they were selling it for like $4,000, and they said it would be worth $40,000.
This card, look at it right here, folks. This card sold for $40,000 a month and a half ago.
Now, if you look here, this is a mint, near mint 7. So not the best grade on the card, but, you know, they were known for having a grading company that no one heard of called Pro, and supposedly some of their grades were inaccurate or even fraudulent. So I would suspect that the Gem Mint 10 they were selling is probably closer to this Mint 7. Now I paid probably $30 for this, maybe $37 if I remember correctly, with shipping. So certainly not the $3,000 they were selling it for. They said that this would be one of the most valuable cards ever.
We are sounding the warning bell. We are sounding the alarm and telling you, stretch pay on this item is gone. If you want to get it, we will allow it to be sold at this price, but we cannot afford to stretch pay it because we are about to raise the price, and it's going to be a large price increase.
I think it's selling for maybe close to $100 these days in this condition, but it's just a fun, nostalgic item from that television show.
Folks, and I got to get this thing set up because you're not going to believe this. You are not going to believe. Well, this is something that you didn't even realize. I don't know if you, I know you realized, but I didn't realize it until just a minute ago.
I know it.
That this is not the normal version.
That's right. Something special is getting ready to take place here at Shop at Home. So if you're watching, probably as soon as we get started and get this product on the screen before we even put the price, I would advise you to call in and go ahead and place your order.
Shop at Home makes it easy for you to shop.
Reason that it'll be a real quick sellout. It's going to create a giant log jam on the phone.
And if you all will bear with me, I will get this fixed in just a second. As you can see,
it's live television.
It's the way it is. Unbelievable.
Nope.
We were going so crazy. Now,
I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. Let me just go ahead.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get the camera off of me.
So I remember around Super Bowl time, they would always do this NFL Experience card package. And the idea was, oh, you could only get this if you go to the Super Bowl or on our station. So I was looking around for some of the boxes that they sold, and they were hard to find, or they were way too expensive. But I found this. This goes for anywhere between $5, $10, maybe as high as $20. And this is the actual factory set of, I guess, the cards that you would have pulled out of those boxes. So not quite what they were selling on TV, but we'll open it up, take a look, see what you would have gotten had you gone to the Super Bowl in 1997. And look at this. If you watch the show, you know that the guy that called in and went crazy was a certain Kenny Golden.
Guess what? Not a single hobby dealer, not retail. Not a single hobby dealer in America is going to own the product. Not a single retailer in America is going to own the product. Not a single wholesaler. Not another TV network. This is exclusive for one night only on Shop at Home. That is it. Only 350 cases exist in the world.
And this is Kenny's signature, and it's 1,674 of 9,700. So we will see what's in here. Interesting. So, looks like you have old cards. Topps Tony Hill. Eddie George. Now, as a Jet fan, I kind of like this. Keyshawn Johnson. I don't know if that was his rookie card. These cards are not, I don't know, they're not terribly high quality on the back. Hard target Brett Favre, Emmitt Smith. Man, these cards are really, I mean, I don't know if that comes across on the video, but they're really bad quality. These are like strange kind of paper. They're almost like, you know, when you get your coffee from Starbucks and you get those little paper holders, that's almost the kind of material that these cards are made out of.
And folks, if you want the mother of all deals, if you want the king of all deals,
Mother load?
if your mother loan, whatever you want to say, if you want the,
Ooh, I got a season.
if you want the most no-brainer, what do we got there?
Another season's hero.
Another season's hero.
Only 379 left, people.
379 left.
So I remember seeing them do a Joe Montana deal, and they would sell this item. This is the official Joe Montana card set, career retrospective. I got this at a local card shop on an auction for $5. So let's open it up, see what we get here. This is probably similar to the Michael Jordan. But I was a fan of Joe Montana, definitely. So for $5, I am not... Whoa.
We're going to give you the complete Joe Montana gold career set. The complete Joe Montana gold career set. The entire set, all the cards. The entire set.
Joe Montana just was an icon of the 80s, and definitely he was my introduction to football. So certainly enjoy these cards. There's the famous catch against the Dallas Cowboys, start of the 49ers dynasty, and I see they've got some college cards. Joe Montana is a baby. Now, who would have thought you'd get that card? All right, more Joe Montana. Again, I don't know if these cards are worth anything. I suspect not, because the whole set goes for $10. But again, I don't mind this. I mean, I'm glad I didn't pay a lot for it back in the day. But again, I just love that upper deck card style from the 90s. And lastly, we have a box of Edge Advantage football, Collector's Edge product. And I remember them selling this. They were talking this one up.
You are going to get 2 boxes, 2 complete boxes of Collector's Advantage. Of the Collector's Advantage, 2 boxes. Inside, and we're going to be showing them to you here as we go, inside there are the Super Bowl game ball cards that you're looking for, the game ball cards, the Edge video, the role model, and the crystal cuts.
Well, in the excitement of making this video, my camera malfunctioned and I lost audio on this section. So I'll just quickly narrate going through this Edge Advantage football hobby box. Basically, the idea here, kind of premium upper-level cards from the mid-90s. Each card had a rookie in it. There were some pretty decent rookies, I would say, for the time. People that I would have been excited to get in 1996. One issue I had was that the coating on the cards, I guess, over the years kind of got sticky, and you had to sort of pull some of the cards apart. That created some damage. There were also some inserts. They kind of looked like almost animation cells, just kind of the players on a clear background with little film reel edges. There were some oddly shaped cards, but I came away from this box thinking like this was actually worth it, or at least worth it now. Some of the stuff, as you saw at the North Carolina Wax Box, not so great. But I think this generally was enjoyable to open, and what I actually like about cards for these hobby boxes from the 90s is you actually got a lot of cards. So it was fun actually going through this box, and I kind of wish some of the premium products today would give you more than 5 or 6 cards in some cases per box. So that's NFL Advantage. Again, had the most fun with this one. Well, there you have it. A shop-at-home nostalgia box break and show and tell. Was anything that I pulled out of here valuable? Absolutely not. None of these things have really appreciated in value except for the Tiger Woods, which, like I said, I got it for $37. It goes for about $100 now. In that condition, 2 of the holograms here, the Shaq and the Michael Jordan hologram. The Jordan's has recently sold for around $7, the Shaq for around $20 ungraded. So that's something, but I would say the rest of these Jordan cards are worthless. This box, you can still get it for $5. A lot of the Jordan insert sets are still relatively cheap. But I think the good thing about it is, if you have nostalgia for this time period, this is still some nostalgic stuff that you can add to your collection. But I will say that even though if you had bought these back in the day, you would have been screwed, Shop at Home was just so much fun. Seeing a guy like Don West with the enthusiasm he had for cards was incredible.
We've got a 1990 Donruss factory set. We got a 91 Donruss factory set. We got a 1989 Topps factory set. We got a 1987 Fleer factory set.
And now that we're in kind of a sports card collecting renaissance, as people are kind of getting back into the hobby, I would love nothing more than to see some kind of Twitch internet show with Don West doing case breaks or hawking baseball cards. Again, I know it's cheesy, but it's just part of my youth, and really enjoyed those late nights and early mornings watching Shop at Home and learning about cards.